Yo, can you hear me? Wait, 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 wait. Speakers. Wait, do you have a mic? Cause I have my thing set on speakers. Test. Seems like my sound's working. Well, if you don't have a mic, it's still okay. So I'll just go over the game. This is my screen, okay? So check on Skype if you can see anything. Okay. The first thing is that this is unlucky right here. Your jungler is like he picked Lee Sin. That was the problem. Like that in itself is a problem. Just Lee Sin players aren't very good at this game. Because he's not like top of the line jungler, especially in Plat. It's like terrible. So you played 1,600 games this season, almost 1,700. I'll commend you for that. That is actually a lot of commitment to play. It just means that you're very active, and like you know when you're establishing a 50% win rate, it means that you have a good idea, a baseline of where you're standing at. Looking at your champion pool, you seem to play all the mechanical stuff. Syndra, Lane Bully, Katarina, Snowball Champion, Ari, Skill Shot based Snowball Champion, Ezreal, God forbid, don't play Ezreal anymore. Right now in the current meta, he is bad because like all other AD carries outshine him. Your Varus seems pretty good. Malzahar is abusive. Apparently he's a top ban, so you can definitely play him a lot. Janna's broken. Player if you're forced to support whenever you get the chance. MF is also really strong if you know what you're doing in lane, if you know how to control the lane. Caitlyn's not as strong as she used to be. Lucian's good. Jin's pretty good. These top few champions that you have, you start playing more. Wait, where's our Bay? LS. If you ever watch LS, he's another professional coach. He plays he tells you to play Annie. Ooh, spicy. Play Annie. I think that the way you play these like snowball heavy mages, Annie would fit your playstyle because like nuclear, you know, flash R, like you know, Syndra could do that shit too. So test out Annie. She's a pretty good option for you. Let's go on to your runes and masteries. This is fun. Don't take this one. You don't auto like your range is so far. You don't really get an auto attack in there. I prefer you take feast. It increase because you'll auto attack to sustain yourself for creeps. But when you auto attack like people, right? When you auto attack people, like you oh what the fuck you put yourself into a very dangerous position. And what I mean by that is, let's say you auto attack somebody in lane, right? It forces you to get minion aggro on yourself. Then you have to back the fuck up, and then you lose the trade because the minions trade equally as hard. So it becomes like really bad if you take fresh blood. And while fresh blood is the quote unquote I build damage mastery, it doesn't like it's not optimal because like Syndra while she's a lane bully, she also needs to stay alive because if you're dead or you take too much damage from a trade while bullying, it doesn't work out very well for you. The Thunderlord's tree is completely fine. Natural talent's good. Double-edged sword. This is actually really smart. Not a lot of people think about taking double-edged sword, but you took it. It's like raw damage at a sacrifice of 1.5 additional damage to yourself. It's better than battle trance because battle trance takes too long to set up. But this is pretty much like potential full power burst. Okay, so your runes, magic pen, magic resist, cooldown per level, health per level, AP. So okay, standard, max Q, then max W, QE, max W, maybe level 2 cheese. That's good. I can't download the replay, so then you said you had an ROFL file, so what I need you to do is on Skype, right, you can click the plus sign, share screen, and show me your screen, and I'll watch it over there, and I'll see what I could say about the view, okay? And, PM me if I'm going a little bit fast, because I try to, it's a lot of information for you to take in. But I'm just doing like a brief overview of what I see on like your op.gg, just based on statistics. Because when you have a, you know, 1,000 games played, like you kind of know where you're actually at. It's like the more games you play, the more accurate you become with your statistics, like your KDAs. Like where do I really stand? Like where am I really like, how do I average against the against like good players and stuff like that. Big note is that I noticed that your CS count averages between 5 and barely 7, like 4 and 7 maybe. One of the core concepts of playing is you gotta CS a lot more. One thing that I developed, like I used to average like 4 CS a minute, and I thought that was bad. But I did like I mean I also played support, but like that's not a that doesn't matter. Like you have to upgrade your CS count because the longer you the harder it is for you to CS, the more things you learn from the game. Like CSing should be your top priority, and an easy champion to do like last hitting with is Annie, because she gets a free last hit. It's kind of like same thing with like Garen or some shit. You know, they have auto attack resets or some way to proc free last hitting because they have that extra secure hit ability. So I'd recommend playing Annie to practice your last hitting. If you're going to play Syndra, you have to learn how to master the mid lane first, because it's not just the champion that's oppressive. It is also like the player's fundamentals behind the champion. So if you're like not good at mid, then you're not going to be good at Syndra. You could be like amazing at Syndra and know all her tricks and ins and out because you know you have 700 games. I'm sure like you know her combos, animation cancels, blah blah blah. You watch Bjergsen and all that shit, but like maybe you don't know how to play mid lane 100% effectively. Maybe there's like something that you're lacking specifically that is holding you back. So it's my job to find out what that is or see it from 1 or 2 of your games or something like that. So I'm just gonna wait for you to share your screens on Skype. Whatever. Where's my water? There's my water. Yeah, so basically, like, while we're waiting for the thing to load up, my biggest advice for you is to definitely enhance your last hitting. I want you to be averaging, like, I mean, of course, not every single game. It's always justifiable because people ask me, like, well, how do the pros average 10 CS a game? And the answer is they don't. They're pro play and, like, regular play are completely different, but, like, your CS average should always be like at a level that you want it. Like set a goal for yourself, cause you're playing game. Like at this point you're playing games, but you're not like you're not learning anything. Like you haven't set a goal for yourself, cause like you're kind of stuck right now. You know you have you basically have a 50% win rate. It's kind of negative because like it's really close. But what you have to do is you have to set a goal for yourself. So like my goal to tell you like to set up is I want X amount of CS per minute. The game is kind of loading. It's like a black screen right now, but it's a little slow, but I can follow. You're like basically in load screen. But anyway, I see that you're averaging 5 CS a minute, which means that like at 30 minutes, that's about 150 CS. That's not really optimal if you look at it on a numbers standpoint. My most known champion that everybody knows me for is Swain, and Swain has a disgustingly bad last hit animation, right? But I average 7 CS a minute, and like. I do that obviously, but like, well, I mean I know his animation and stuff like that, but I also do that by like, I also power farm side lanes. I also set farming as my top priority. If you want to look at a person who farms really well, look at Zaira on EU Nordic East. He plays Orianna and he averages 10 CS a minute on every single game, and if he's lucky, he averages more. And that's pretty funny of putting it, but his playstyle is very control heavy. Double click Syndra if you can. Yourself, yeah, and then press F2. Yeah, double click yourself. Yeah. All right, and then you'll get into game, and then press F2. All right, so you know that you're up against a Hecarim player, which means that Hecarims will always you gotta factor every game you come in to factor who is your jungler and who is the enemy jungler. So your jungler is Lee Sin and their jungler is Hecarim. Hecarim has 2 ways of clearing. He does a half clear and then he ganks, or he does a full clear and then he bases and he ganks. He's running Thunderlords, which you should have seen at Champ Select. Which means that his burst is great, but he's not very durable. You can kill him. You can threaten him. You don't have to be super afraid of him. Katarina Hecarim isn't really a good combo, so you can bully the Katarina early, but don't overstep on the daggers, you know, like the standard play. Hecarim will start blue side and then run it down, so at 3 minutes, I'm going to expect you to ward the right side, because that's the general like idea. So you're going to be in lane right here, that's fine. So Lee Sin is running Storm Raiders. That is a terrible mastery for Lee Sin to run. Like, that is god-awful. Who runs Storm Raiders? Like, holy shit. Like, you don't need to like, what the fuck? So dumb. Alright. Try disabling one of the devices. Damn, I still can't hear you. Let me see what I can do on my end to see if I can fix that. Okay, let me recall you. Oh, it seems I got nothing because I thought you were gonna say like hello or something. Damn. Uh, try checking if Skype has that options. Like go to audio settings and make sure the microphone is like the one that you're using. My microphone's really loud, but I have like the studio mic, you know, so like if I get like too loud, just PM me like yo you're a little too loud or something. I talk fast, but if I'm too loud, let me know. Oops, shouldn't be on Facebook because people could see it. And in the case that like you need to review anything, I'll link you my YouTube channel, like my public YouTube channel, so that you can see the session. It'll be uploaded back on YouTube. Of course, I'm gonna be editing like the downtime where like you're loading up stuff because that doesn't really count into anything. Like there's a lot of cuts and stuff like that. It's not really, it's like technical issues that are outside our control. If you can't get your mic working, it's okay. I'll just watch over and see what you can do. Go ahead and re-share screen. I guess the mic is like busted or some shit. RIP. R.I.P. NA mic. NA mic. NA mic. I just want to see how your laning phase like begins. Because the first thing that you should be doing, like you don't have to just focus primarily on CSing. Like I want that as your top priority, but I want to see how you lane. So I'm gonna full screen this and not press anything to interrupt it because it's really bad if I do that. Yeah, stay on your character if you can. Boom. Yeah, just double click the. Oh Jesus. Okay. Yeah. Don't hard shove immediately, and the reason, and I like that you're doing that. I want you to stick with the last hitting, and the reason why is because like you can't, like you want to see where they're starting. It looks like you started blue side, that's for sure. She just came out of there for no reason. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that minion, level 2, good. I would recommend you take W, okay, and not E, and the reason why is because like the QE doesn't do anything, but the QW zones are out. Because you pick up a minion or a ball, and you threaten to throw it, she backs up automatically, therefore losing CS. Like, you can threaten her with stun, but what if you miss? Therefore, you don't have any threat. You know what I mean? So, you can let the... Don't push the lane, and you let it push towards you. Therefore, you open yourself for a Lee Sin gank. Because right now, you're kind of opening yourself up to Hecarim ganking you. He should be done with his... he usually does Gromp at this time. He does a full clear of his jungle if he's really good, or really smart about it, and then he ganks. Like, a full clear of his entire jungle. And he never ever starts red, because that's dumb. Good job. Your CSing is on point. Press O for me. Okay, leave it like that. Alright, so you have 1 ward out of 2, so that's fine. Oh, I just realized you took Biscuit. Oh, shit. Biscuit's fine. In this matchup, I prefer you take Assassin. You need to pressure her for CS. So it's hard to hit her, right? Like, I understand that it's hard to hit her because she's so far back, but drop the ball. Try cute when a player if you think she's gonna knife, don't do this. But if you think she's gonna auto attack, do it. If she auto attacks a creep, cue her as she's doing the animation. Is this a ward? This has to be a ward. Don't go down there right now. Oh boy. So you have this thing called lane priority, which means that yes, you are allowed to go down there and do stuff, but I wouldn't recommend it. Katarina's also okay, hold on. QE right here. Boom, bomb, and then bomb, bang. Good job. Okay, interesting. Oh, Jesus. Yes, so now while you did get a free kill, here's what you lose. You lose your both summoners, which is really bad. You lose the wave mid. Let's look at the wave mid. You got 300 gold out of it, and your team might have gotten the assist, but this wave is pushing towards you. So there's gonna be a bit of CSing. What the who did? Wait, that's not your teleport. What? Oh, that's their teleport, right? I thought you were blue side. I'm dumb. Okay, you gotta ping that. I don't see. Okay, I see it on the left side. Katarina cancel. Katarina cancel. Okay, good. Don't just type the cancel thing though. Like, ping it. Ping like time your summoner spells like 9 minutes and 20 seconds, because then you know when to make a play on the thing. Good job. Boom. Okay, so you don't miss too much CS. That's really lucky that you didn't. Like, if Katarina chose not to roam down, and she could have saved her teleport. To be honest, that was a really bad play by Katarina to follow you. She didn't have lane priority, and she decides to follow you. And then she doesn't even push the lane before following you. It's like a terrible call. So this was more about her playing poorly than your... Alright. Then your roam. If you're gonna roam, and Syndra does this a lot, take Ghost. You should never be in range to ignite somebody, generally speaking. This is a kill. Oh my. Flash Katarina. Time just she's gone, she's gone. Somebody timed the flash, good job. Just keep that in mind that you have a flash plus advantage over her. Like no mid lane, no summoners. How did he miss that? What the fuck? She can't be juking down, she has to juke up because juking down is so typical. You have to juke up, it's so obvious. God damn it, dude. Lee Sin, if anything, Lee Sin should have warded the bush and then do it. God damn it, man. That's not on you. What the hell? Okay, for some reason I thought your CSing was gonna be worse than this because you're at 5 a minute, but it's probably because it's the mid game power spike. So if she jumps in on that, you kind of Q her. Yeah, you kind of just have to Q her back. Yeah, good job. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Oh wow. If you're 6, you'd kill her. Holy shit. She's so dumb. Okay. Don't be afraid, right? Because the only person that can come in is Hecarim. But Syndra dies in 1 hit. So you can push this lane really hard. Remember, she just teleported. And she has no flash. And she has no E. Right? So she has to recall. Yes, yeah. Good. Now you push, you have this thing. Once again, you have lane priority. Good. With lane priority, you have the option to roam. Do I recommend you roaming? No. Because you have no threat right now. You want to hit 6 because you're pretty close to 6. Just hit the 6, man. Good job. And push as fast as possible. Can you press O? Then let me wait till you last hit everything. Press O, then press X. Oh, you already bought the Lost Chapter. Okay, so you have 860 gold. So I would buy a boot and an amp tome and a control ward on your inventory. On your back if you backed right now. Because then you're 6 and she's not 6 and she's gonna hit close to 6. But when you get lane priority, you can enter. Did you know you can enter the Fog of War and people will be scared of you? It's a Twisted Fate mechanic that I learned when I used to main Twisted Fate. So what you did was you push the lane and then you disappear off the map. People will be afraid of you just by you disappearing. You don't even have to do anything. You just disappear, man. So I want you to take that into consideration next time. Because Syndra roams are scary, as you can tell. That's not really... Okay, let's go back. Backspace. I need to see that again. First of all, Katarina's broken. That's not on you. I fucking hate Katarina too. So, let's see. Oh, wait, did she build Tiamat? Was that just me? No, I'm pretty sure I saw a Tiamat. Press X. Wow, she built the fuck. What the hell is that? She's building high. What the fuck? Alright. That's okay. While that is very interesting, did you ward the size? Yes. She has a power spike. She killed you instantly. Let me think. You gotta save the E for the push to the stun. Like you gotta. I don't recommend you attacking. I don't recommend you trying to stun her from far away because she can do that. You know what I mean? Like it's like a Kassadin mechanic. If you ever played Kassadin before, you want to save your ability. Well, did I freeze? You want to save your ability to put pressure on your opponent, but you know that she has kill potential on you, and you have to figure out what's the only way to stop this champion. I fucked up there. Oh, okay. What's the only way to stop Katarina? By stunning her. You can't you can't not hold, you have to hold your stun basically. You limit yourself. You got to play this thing called patience. Basically, it's a tactic I picked up at Swain. You wait for them to make a mistake, and then you punish it. So her mistake is I'm gonna all in you 100-0. How do you punish that? You save your E and shoot it. She punishes you because you shot your E prematurely, which means that you have nothing to stop her from full power control. Full powering you 100-0. There was no way you could have stopped her even if you got like more balls down, because you can't 100-0 her that fast. You don't have a stun. You don't have a slow. Nothing. So that was the issue. And yeah, I understand the Katarina mechanic where you can't get too close. I feel you. I always recommend you buy control wards on your backs too, because like you didn't have that much gold. Like you might be able to buy a Phoenix Codex and control. Oh yeah, okay, good. Then Hecarim's gonna come and steal CS because he's like a Jew. I mean, he's a. Oh crap! I'm gonna get suspended off of YouTube for saying that. He's very greedy. Crap! I can't say that shit. Oh my god. Hecarim players are really greedy. Generally, they'll power farm their way through the game. Pop. Good job. You never want to. You want to make sure your creeps never hit the tower, but you also want to make sure you get every single creep. And if you're behind, we have this tactic called the scavenger tactic. Basically, you just have to make sure that you really focus on last hitting. Syndra isn't like a difficult champion to farm with. She has many spells that she has in her kit that allows you to, you know, secure a large amount of farm. I'll just double click your portrait. It'll automatically center the camera on you. Oh. Ignite. Oh, no, you don't have ignite. Oh, good try. Now, you're probably thinking, like, if you should roam or not. And the thing is, if you wanna, like, remember when I told you to watch that certain player, Zaira? He sticks with pure farming, and he never roams unless he thinks it's free. And by free, I mean, like, I just come down, press one button, and it's gone. That's free. And if you leave your lane as Syndra, right? And you don't have priority, because when you left, you did not have priority. You just left the lane to come help your team. You're playing like you need to assist your team. Syndra's goal isn't like that. You know what I mean? Like if you think about what her role is in the late game, Q, E, R, done. I'm completely useless after that. You're basically a big minion. Like, you know what? You feel me? Like, I'm pretty sure you've had that thought too. Like, Q, E, R, done, delete, bye. I'm useless now. Like, you can't land any other ability because all of your abilities are basically on cooldown. It's the same thing. So if you come down to leave, make sure that kill is 100% free for you. And free is equivalent to like 15 CS. Because like if you go down there and you get nothing out of it, you wasted your time. And your time is valuable. Like as a mid laner, as a laner in general, your time is valuable. You can't afford to just leave the lane, lose priority in your lane, and lose CS in your lane. You know what I mean? Like lose all that gold for no reason, for a chance to help your teammates. This game is solo queue, and you're gonna be a really solo-esque player. There are times when quote-unquote team fighting happens, but like you don't have to always abuse it. Like you don't need to like constantly be aiding your team. Like this champion is a bully, so you should not be like bullies. Bullies don't help anyone but themselves. So like if you're constantly trying to help it's like the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. Pick that up, bong, bong. Oh man, it's okay. Yeah, as long as you practice, first and foremost is I want you to practice CSing more. That is an indicator right there of some CSing that you should just practice. Try to prevent them from crashing under tower, because that's a really good way to practicing CSing, because like, you know, mages have a hard time last hitting under tower. Second thing is I want you to deem what you think is free. Like I said, I gave you a baseline of what you think is free. So when you look down at this roam bot lane, let's see if it's actually free or not. You did okay. Lee Sin did take some of your CS. It's whatever. Okay, dodge the Ezreal ult. Good. Good. Excellent. That's free. All right. But you're not done. No. Don't leave. Okay. Well, I mean, you have to get back to your lane, but I recommend you helping shove, cause they need to get lane priority before they back. Otherwise, the minion wave will reset on the bot lane, and Ezreal gets an advantage. Are you waiting for blue buff? I'm guessing. This is really dangerous. Take the safe path. Good job. Yeah. Always want to get lane priority. Always want to focus on farming. Farming is a core concept in the game, no matter what. Like it's established as a criteria, as a fundamental of the game. Like no matter how many seasons change, like unless they remove minions from the game or something, farming is always going to be an essential component in the League of Legends game. So if you have bad farm, it kind of indicates where your skill level is at. And getting good CS, like perfect CS, 10 CS a minute, not only indicates that you are able to last hit pretty fucking well, but also shows you that you really know how to manage waves and you really want to go where the farm goes. Obviously, that doesn't mean like go to the bot lane farm when 5 people are doing Baron and every single one of your teams deems the Baron free. You know what I mean? Like don't greed for farm. Like sometimes it's greedy, but sometimes it's like correct decision making. I'm actually kind of surprised you're +3 on your opponent despite you missing a large amount. But if you want to do the 10 CS a minute average, you're like I always like flame myself for having like not under the 10 CS average. The best I've ever gotten was 11 a minute on Swain, and that was pretty lit. And it just happened so naturally because he has a terrible last hitting animation. I was really happy that I got like, you know, good CS. I've had like really good CS, like Orianna, like I said, Zaira. He only leaves the lane when it's free. If he doesn't see, like if he comes and he knew it was free, but by the time he gets there it's not free, he just taxes the lane. So that's why I say you should stay, because like you got a kill, you can continue to get your CS up by taxing a kill. 15 CS is equivalent to a kill. So keeping that in mind, if you have a lot of farm and Katarina has a lot of kills but no farm, you guys are basically on the same power level, like item wise. So keep that in mind. So you've left lane a lot. So has Katarina, and that's bad for Katarina. But if you stayed mid, I think that if you stayed mid this time, see, like this didn't accomplish anything. This roam, so then you lose lane priority in your lane, and lane priority is really important, cause like it allows you to make the first move. Roams are more effective if you have lane priority, because you also establish where your opposing laner is. Nice, good shit. Push the wave. Oh, it's okay. I didn't think that roam that you did down bot lane right there was free, because like you came in, you hid in the bush when you could have taken the entire wave. Also remember that every time you shove a wave, aka obtain lane priority, and Katarina's not there, you're making her miss 1 to 2 waves of creeps. But like it's just 6 CS. But she could have missed up to 3 to 4 to 5 more waves than you already did make her miss there. So let's say she missed 7 waves of creeps, she's minus 42. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's huge. Like, she could have been down 42 CS just simply because you just kept shoving the lane, and she kept deciding, I want to roam this game because I'm a champion that jumps around with infinite fucking gap closers. Kill this bitch. Fuck Katarina. Good, good, good. Okay, stop. Lucian's just gonna push. Like, normally I would tell you to push, but your lane is already pushing. Oh, gee, no, you're getting ganked by Hecarim. Let me see what happens. Oh, man. Rest in pizza pepperonis, whatever the fuck that line is. I don't even know. Alright, it's like, for the most part, your roams are, like, the ones that you went down and got some free kills, that's fine. But the ones that where you came down and you didn't get anything done, like, you thought that they were gonna dive a full health champion. Like, yeah, she has the potential to, but she didn't actually do it. I recommend you hard shoving before you cause like you're not hard shoving, you're just clearing the wave like this, and then you're gonna roam again, right? Or establish blue. Yeah, it's kind of rough. You always want to push the entire wave because she misses a lot of creeps. Think about it: 7 creep waves, 150, about 150 to maybe 125 gold a wave. If she missed 7 or 8 creep waves, that's almost 1,100 gold that she misses. You know, like 1,000 gold. That is a tier 2 boots. That is a blasting one equivalent of damage. That is a Medjai's if she's crazy with Dark Seal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fiendish Codex. Finish off your Morellas. A lot of stuff can happen there. Before you do anything, consider clearing the wave if you can't get that kill. It doesn't seem like you're gonna be able to get that kill right away. So clear the wave. Otherwise it's gonna crash into Irelia and it's really bad to chase. Oh boy. Be really careful here. Well, dude has no ulti. Nice. That's a lot of damage. Now imagine if you had lane priority, right? And then you backed before you went up here. You would probably have enough for like something close to your Leandries. I think you would have had. I think you're going Leandries next. So I think that you would have had very close to Leandries. Yeah. Oh no, you're building Zanya's. I don't recommend rushing Zanya's against their team comp. Their team comp either deletes you or they don't. And you're typically not a champion who gets deleted. You're mostly in the back line unless you catch people out of position. She is a punish champion, but she's also a mechanical punish champion. I mean, she's not as difficult as like Orianna or like Cassiopeia, but she is a punish champion. And the way I want you to punish people is I want you to watch how they step. That's another thing about playing Syndra. When you play Katarina, right? Like, if you look at how Katarina moves, she has to stand still to auto. She has to stand still for a brief second to cast a spell. But Syndra can move while she's casting a spell. Therefore, you can avoid a harass. So I want to see you punishing people more. I didn't see it very much in this lane. It was pretty bloody. You roamed a lot too, and you missed a lot of CS in response to your counter roams. And your counter roams weren't really effective. I mean, yeah, sure, you picked up kills, but the kills don't truly mean anything because nobody really took an objective off of it. You know, like the enemy team didn't even take a tower until like barely just like 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. Interesting. I like how the balls follow where the dude is. Okay, let's talk about resource hogging. It's a mechanic. So like you notice there's a bunch of people mid and they're trying to last hit. Do your best to take as many of the resources as you can. These fucking like this Lee Sin, it's Lee Sin, it's Nami. Like they don't need it. But but if your Lucian came down there and he's taking CS, don't flame him for taking the CS unless you need an item. Like you should be like whenever you can. And another thing that you can do about lane priority, by the way, I didn't see you do it this game because like I haven't seen you push like really hard into their tower then make their move at all. But you know that Hecarim's a farming jungler, right? Like I'm sure you're aware of that because he clears raptors, he clears all the camps really hard. One thing that you could do is when you have lane priority, shove the lane, enter the fog of war, like I told you earlier. Go take one or two of the enemy guy's raptors. Don't take everything. Don't take all the raptors. Just take one or two. Though it's like 10 or 20 gold, it adds up consistently. And it denies your opponent CS. Every little thing adds up. Like, no matter what. You always want to consider that. That's how some of the top teams in the world, like SK Telecom, they take small leads at a time, but those small leads snowball out of control. Because there's just so many small leads that, like, you know, minor... Like, small becomes big. Like, you just fill up a piggy bank full of pennies. Eventually, it's going to add up to, like, $100 or some shit if you filled it up every day or some shit. It's the same thing. You take a few raptors... from the enemy side, take a few wolves, take your raptors, take your wolves, consider those. If you're falling behind or if you're ahead, you always want to get your items sooner. So the fastest way to do that is to take your own team's resources. I mean, it's your jungle. I mean, your jungler is obligated to take his jungle, but yeah. So what I didn't see you do is hard shove lane. I don't know if this is a recurring problem, but Katarina can't push as efficiently as you can. So that's one thing. Second, when you're hard shoving, obviously that means you're gaming for 6 or 7 CS into the lane right away, and then you make your move. You don't want to make your move before hard shoving. Like, I don't recommend that, especially if you're like, you're a champion that just presses 1 or 2 buttons, Q, then W, yeah, Q, W, and then the whole wave is like really injured, and then you press Q again, so 3 buttons, and the whole wave is down. And that's really important. Lane priority is always a huge important factor. If you ever play with, I'm sure in one of your 1,700 games, you've had an invading jungler. Right? And they need your help. Well, if you don't have lane priority, you can't really help them. You know, like you have the first move if you have lane priority. That's another thing. You open up a lot of options when you hard shove a lane. Though there are also many cons to it too. Hard shoving lane as Syndra also opens you up to ganks because you are an immobile champion. You can only stop one person coming at you unless they come in from 2 directions at the same time. Like Katarina and Hecarim charging you from like one direction, you just QE, both of them get stunned. But if Hecarim comes from behind and Katarina comes from front, then you can only stop one of them, you know, like you gotta pick and you lose flash. So warding, like you only need to ward areas and then you hover that area and then you back up. It's like, it's a really safe way. Like if you hard shove, then hide, you're also really safe because then they're like, fuck, where did she go? She just backed up and she just chilled and she's just waiting for the next wave and CSing. It's not really passive play, you're actually playing it really calculatively. Because when you hard shove a lane, the jungler's like, my god, are you getting dicked in lane? The jungler is probably thinking, my god, Katarina, are you getting dicked in lane? And the answer is, no, she's just shoving better than me. And stuff like that. Did he just flash? Did he just... Hello? And another thing on Syndra is that I noticed your death count is like 5 average. You gotta lower your death count. Another thing that is a very big deal is your death count. It's similar to Kazakh's mains. Their death count is very low, and the reason why it's like death count is low as a Syndra is not really a problem. But like, you should be able to get your combo off, and then you have to die for it instead of like dying while your combo is going off. Like you wanna limit your deaths because like when you're dying, it means that they either caught you really hard out of position, you know, flash engage you and shit like that, or they just straight up like punished you for misstepping, like. Misstepping as in like your positioning was bad to begin with, so they just stepped up. Like they didn't do anything wrong, you fucked up. Instead of they made you look like you fucked up. There's a huge difference. For example, when you walked from mid to bottom, right? The first thing that you did was you got a free kill. Great. But then as you're walking on your way back, you took a dangerous path without vision. So before you even walked with lane priority, you didn't have vision. And that was huge. Because remember when I said I expected you to ward at certain spots, you had a control ward in your inventory. You had an opportunity to ward. Yes, they might have killed it, but that doesn't prevent you. That doesn't stop you from warding. So that's a big factor. Whenever you have the option, definitely buy more wards. That's where the farming comes in. Because then if you can farm enough to purchase your core component item and some wards, you're already ahead of the game. Good CS is like one huge step towards becoming a better player. Like I was a bad AD carry until I started CSing better, and I'm like, wow, I can do shit now. Like, I have items. Like, I don't have to waste time farming for no fucking reason. And of course, controlled aggression. Like, you gotta hold your spells until the correct moment. Like Katarina is, I know you play her because I see it on your op.gg. Katarina could teach you that because like you don't just jump in when you know Syndra has a thing and Lee Sin has a thing. So you wait till someone else engages or some shit, and then afterwards you engage as soon as you see the Lee Sin kick and the Nami tidal wave and your stun go down. And then you go in because they're vulnerable. This game was a rest in peace kind of game. Your bot lane kind of got crushed. Your top lane didn't do much. I mean, like, either top lane didn't do much. I can't really say for them. Your Lee Sin is terrible. It's not too big of a deal, but your farm definitely needs work. Because average farm is a huge factor in your games. You always want to put farm as your absolute priority. The next priority comes into objectives. Towers. How do I get towers? Well, first, you need to get strong in order to QE your opponents to pick them off with your ulti, because that's what Syndra is best at. That's like her top, like the reason why she's picked is because she can delete people like Ezreal. So if no matter how fed Ezreal is, except for if he builds like fucking Maw and like Mercurial Scimitar and like you know Soraka fucking exhausts you or some shit. You know what I mean? Like your farm should be your top priority until you get your items. I don't recommend you rushing Zhonya's really hard, and the reason why is because like even though you might think you're gonna get focused down, it's like the Zhonya's is pointless unless you Cause like you're either dead or they're dead, and then like there's no point in Zhonyazing because once you throw out your combo, like you don't have as much kill pressure with like 3 spells. Like Orianna has like utility. You don't have the utility because you have a longer cooldown than her. You have burst, and your goal is to delete people. You're basically an assassin. I would try to have you take different summoner spells that aren't just ignite. So I would recommend you take like, so for example, you could try exhaust. Like you don't have to, but you could. And you'd only use exhaust against like fucking Zed or some shit. Cleanse if you see that they have a lot of hard CC like Ash Arrow or TF ulti. Don't ever take heal. Ghost is an exceptional one because that allows you to do what Syndra is known for. Once again, make picks. Because then if you're like, hey, look, I caught a straggler. He's immobile. I can come up to him. I'm gonna QE him. I can catch up to him instead of taking too long to get there and wasting flash. You get Ghost instead. Sork Pen boots are fine. Death Cap is a little bit ambitious. It costs a lot of money. I think that's a better item at the end. I recommend you get Luden's Echo instead because it offers more burst potential with your scaling AP ratios. A lot of people build that as a main item after their Leandries. It's interchangeable. Morello's is a must because you need the healing reduction to prevent them from saving their lives when they get that low. Sork Pen is also basically a must because you're a damage dealer. Like Ionian doesn't really work very well on her. Then you get to pick either Luden's or Leandries. It's one or the other. Either way, one of them provides burst. But if they have a really squishy team comp, Leandries is almost always better. And the reason why I say that is because you just basically deal true damage at every waking moment because they're so fucking squishy. Luden's is good if you don't see like you just want to deal burst damage plus like an extra proc. Also procs Thunderlord's pretty interesting. Don't ever run Storm Raider. Don't ever run Storm Raiders. I'm glad you didn't. Sometimes, if necessary, you may run double Doran's rings. If it's really necessary, go for it. You can run Assassin because like that lane, I think, is a lane bully lane. So against Katarina, I'd recommend you take Assassin for extra damage to zone her out. The issue, aside from you not warding a little bit, like in the mid game, which can easily be solved. Usually do Dark Seal if I be before Lost Chapter. Yeah, Dark Seal's pretty good. This is definitely a really good snowball item. I'm never against it. Like, it's not terrible. Like, it's terrible if you start Dark Seal. But, like, you start Ring, so, bleh. Lane priority. Huge problems. I never realized that there... Like, I talked to someone who didn't know about lane priority, right? And then he, I taught him, this is how you get lane priority. And then he started winning. He started going on a win streak because he just pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and then he was able to make plays before his opposing mid laner can. Being proactive in solo queue is huge. So you weren't proactive, you were reactive. I usually don't roam that much, but I wasn't sure because Kat was constantly bot. Well, so if Katarina's constantly bot, right? She's looking for kills to accelerate and snowball the game, but she's not farming. So if you want to match the roam, go for it. But if you're gonna match the roam, don't take Ignite. In that case, you'd have to take Ghost beforehand, because like if you took Ghost, you'd be able to get down to bot lane faster, maybe pick off a straggler, etc. But I would have like what I would have done personally if I were in your shoes and I knew how to play Syndra. I would have just kept pushing lane before I came down there. I still would have followed with the roams by doing cleanup, but I would have pushed my lane first, and it's just essential because you threaten her. Like she leaves the tower for free, and her tower doesn't suffer damage. So you push the lane and increase your threat. What if bot continues to die every time she roams? Remember, bot lane, if they keep dying, they're worth less and less gold, right? So she's wasting her time. They're also worth less EXP. If she keeps roaming bottom, all she's gonna get is a tower. But what are you gonna get? In return, you can also get a tower and more CS, which means that you're equally as strong as her, which I mentioned earlier. Make sense? Like, if she makes bot 0 and 10, right? Quote unquote, bot is inting, but each time they die, they're worth less and less and less and less gold. Which means that it's like, think about it like this, like, 1 kill is 15 CS, right? But then it decreases, then it becomes 13 CS, then 12, then 11, then 10. Eventually, it's not worth, they're worth like they're worth a fucking cannon minion. You know what I mean? Like you've seen that before when someone's 0-10 and they're worth a fucking cannon minion, right? But then you get a wave. That's more than a cannon minion. So you come out ahead of her in gold. And always being ahead in gold on your opponent is huge. It makes sense if I put it down on paper, right? And then you apply it to the game. Like, she's 5k gold ahead of you. She's also ahead in farm on you. She's up 40 CS. Like, think about it like that, too. Like, I mean, like, yeah, she had more... Like, because she was able to get so many kills, she had the ability to get more farm. That's how the game goes. When you're winning, you get more farm, like, because there's more resources opened up on the table for you to take. And of course, the opponent gets less CS. But if you keep up your CS consistently, which is once again the core concept of playing, you up your you up your ability to come back in the game. Because I noticed that you did the most damage on your team, so like you were the only chance. And again, solo queue is 1v9. So you're the only chance of increasing like comeback potential. How do you come back from a game when all hope is lost? You got to be the one to do it. Like you got to be that hero that like you basically have to be Jesus Christ. Like I don't know if you're a religious person or not, and if that offends you, I'm really sorry. But like you gotta take one for the team kind of thing and be the hero that they need. When I play Orianna, right, and I int 1-7 or 0-7, right? The next thing I do is I just look for a great shockwave. I be patient. I just farm a fuck ton. And even if I'm 0-7, I just look for a good shockwave and I'm good. I had an account where I was like 1-4 in lane, and I ended up in the game getting a pentakill and having 22 kills. I died 3 more times. I was 22-7, but I ended up getting a pentakill due to a large amount of freaking patience, because that's takes a lot of fucking patience in order to like. Let me show you the gameplay, like as a sample. You can go ahead and stop screen sharing. Let me find it first. Right here. So let me show you each of my deaths. let me see if it's all right. Oh crap, that's very loud. Okay. So I don't know if you can see my screen. I don't think you can actually. Let's see. Can you see my screen actually? No, you can't. Now you can. Right? Okay. So here's the first thing. I get ganked. I tilt. Like, I flash. W, played that like a monkey. He flashes. What the fuck? I'm really mad. Round 2. I'm pushing. I have lane priority. I can't roam anywhere because like all my lanes are losing and stuff like that, or in a bad position where I can't come. I get ganked, get caged. Well, fuck. I die. Oh no. Please save me, Nunu. And I die. And then I die again. Please don't kill me. I beg for mercy. But notice my CS. Like, even if I'm inting, right? Like, it's 11-4, it looks pretty bad, but I still have I'm keeping up in CS. That's the biggest part. Like, I mean, I have an easy time last hitting because I'm Orianna, but that doesn't excuse any other champion. If I'm 80 carry, if I'm top lane Swain with terrible CSing animation, I still try my absolute best to keep up on par. I'm 10 out of 13, so like that's like 7-ish CS a minute. So I'm still keeping up my farm because that's the only way I can think about coming back into the game, just by farming. And I have like the most CS on both sides. See, like comparatively to the team, I am still incredibly well farmed. So then I int again over here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this should be my last death before I start increasing my probability of coming back. Once again, it's 17 minutes and I'm at 140 CS. Still farming, and I'm still sacrificing a little bit of objectives, but I'm being as patient as possible for it. Seeing what I can do. That's the biggest part. Just hoping that my team could do something, and I tried my best not to kill myself as I okay, yeah, as I you know, get assists. Like I tried to do anything, and like I didn't roam like ever because I was so focused on my farm. And yes, I had to sacrifice a lot of my objectives. My bot lane got fucked, my mid lane got fucked. But if I can do this, like if I can keep up my farm, maybe there's a chance that I can do something that can turn the game around. I totally forgot that happened. For example, like here, team fight happens, right? And I realize, okay, if I come in at this time, my farm didn't go up as much because I just, you know, I fucking inted. It's only been like barely like 30 seconds or some shit, but something good happens like right there, and then that starts to come back, and then of course like a lot of patience. A lot of patience definitely comes down to it. Syndra is a champion that you have to wait for a mistake to happen, because then like if they overstep, oh, I caught him off guard. Because like if the game drags on long enough, you just stun somebody and it's game over. Like I'm pretty sure you will have one again. You have 1,700 games, so like one of your 1,700 games you must have had that experience. Hey, he's out of position. QE R done. Game over. 5v4. Their 80 carry's dead, and it's over. And fuck that guy. He flashed my He flashed my shockwave. Like god damn it. Like for example, right here, I was kind of mad that I couldn't Q down here because the range of it was like really bad. But then like I noticed that they really want these kills for some odd reason. They really are desperate for kills, like right here. So look what I do, and it was it was free. So that started the comeback, and then eventually we get a very easy pentakill. And if you look at my CS, I'm only like 90 down from the average. Like 200 or 300 or 10 per minute, but I don't really need to farm anymore because I'm full build after, you know, getting a large amount of kills to try to come back from the game. It's also mental fortitude. That's another thing. I haven't seen your match history yet, like deep down, so I'll go through that now. Yeah, you do, like you have times where you like, you know, go on loss streaks and you go on like, you know, win streaks and stuff like that. It happens to everybody, but like maintaining yourself. Look at this. Ooh, yeah, this is cute. That's really good. Like, you'll get win streaks and you get loss streaks, but you have to, like, control yourself and know how to pull through them. And the biggest factor in that is, like, what I call mental fortitude. I tilt. Everybody tilts. There's no player that doesn't tilt, even Faker tilts. Like, the best players in the world, they all tilt and stuff like that. But there are ways to get through them. I recommend if you feel like you're tilting, drink some water, go outside, take 2 or 3 deep breaths, stretch, get your blood flowing, come back in, and then just, you know, start over again. Play again. Ignore the people. Ignore the trolls. Mute all is your best friend. Ping mute might be your best friend. I spam missing pings. I spam danger pings. I spam alert pings all the time. I spam respawning pings whenever someone dies for no reason. But I never flame them in chat. Like I never call them like you're retarded or some shit. But I do shit talk in all chat. That's fun. But like, you know what I'm saying. So keep that in mind. You have to make it like, oh yes, like, oh, he did this, oh, I'm just so tilted like right now. Like, yeah, I understand that like the players, like, you know, might not live up to your expectations, but you gotta accept it. And I have to accept it. It's like if you call them like autistic or whatever, right? That's what everybody says, that like, oh, you're autistic. You can't fix that. You can only minimize it. So that's where I'm trying to get at. You can't like, you just have to decrease the flame. And if you flame them, like, I don't know if you're like a flamer or not, but like, yeah. Kill participation, just try to get all the kills. Hog everything. Like, basically, solo queue is all me. It's all me. So, make sure you hog all resources. Every advantage that you can get, if you think it's an advantage, take it. Like, that's how I played Orianna in that game. I took as many advantages as I could. I took my Nunu's Raptors. I took his Wolves. I think I took his Krugs. I took the enemy Raptors. I took the Crab. I took everything. My AD carry was like, can I steal some resources too? And I told him no. Until I was full build, no. Like, it's just, you got to take everything. That's the thing, and it's the honest truth. If you're gonna play Syndra, like, you try to steal their Raptors, try to steal their buffs, try to steal all the resources that you can, and that comes from lane priority. You can't just like be at your tower as a lane bully, you know? Like, that's not what the lane bully is. I still recommend you pick, if I'm gonna recommend you a champion, I'd say Annie. Like, that's pretty much it. I don't recommend you stick with Ezreal. Right now, he's awful in the meta. Can we quickly look at one more replay? Because I won lane, but I'm not exactly sure I could have done to prevent the loss. Yeah, sure, go for it. I'm down. You ordered like 2 sessions or some shit, right? Like, I don't remember. You wanted to order 2 sessions or some shit. It doesn't matter to me. I can go over that. Do you have the replay readily available? My throat's just getting dry. That's all. Okay. So go ahead and just I'm gonna stop screen sharing. I'm gonna wait for you to screen share up the replay. And then, while that's loading, I'm just gonna refill my water. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You got the... Oh, wait, what's up? Let me see. Oh, okay. I have a tendency to share resources. Should I stop that? Kind of depends. Like, if you... it kind of depends. I'm just saying, like, from my experience in solo queue 1v9, it's very rare that I will share resources, but there are circumstances where I would. For example, if there's an 80 carry in my game that is much farther ahead of me, and there is a way for me to defend that player, I will give him all the resources because all I need to do is shield him. For example, that's why I play Orianna. If you play Syndra, you can think about it the same way. You delete someone, then run back to your 80 carry, and then just stun. Play support mode, and just stun. If you're Katarina, I don't know how Katarina is going to do anything. Like, you're just going to assassinate people. What is Katarina peel? Like, you know what I mean? So, if you truly believe someone else has the capability of carrying, and you're not, like, you're average. Like, you're standard CS, you're not capable of killing, you're not capable of dying, you can't just quote-unquote stop it. It just depends. It's hard to say. But if you are playing a defender, if they're behind, I shouldn't worry about them getting caught up. Yes. Like, it's like a Tristana who's 0-6 and has Infinity Edge and not even close to Static Shiv, but you, who are very close to Leandries, hog the resources, dude. You're capable of dealing more damage than them in a short amount of time. Another thing is, I haven't noticed skill shot dodging, but like that game was like, there's no skill shots to dodge. Like, what the fuck? It's Ezreal. Like, it's just one champion. So I'll see what's up. But like, there is a way to dodge skill shots. I'll tell you about it. Like, it's Blitzcrank. Okay. Like, if you were a player, when would you throw it? You know, then you just kind of dodge it. It's another way to do it is I play 80 carry. So like, I think, okay, he's gonna throw it like now, and then I move. So that's you just think when they're gonna throw it and then just throw it, counterplay it. So you're up against Ziggs. This matchup I would definitely run Ghost. The reason why is because if you get too close to him, he's gonna kill you. Like most matchups, most matchups Syndra players typically run Ghost. I'm gonna link you someone's op.gg. He's a up and coming young talent. Nobody knows him, but he's up and coming young talent. If you wanna look to, like, if you're looking at a non-pro that is looking to go pro, here is the player, James Bay. He runs. So he's running Ghost Cleanse. He runs like defensive or like utility based summoner spells. All right, let's see. So that's a player you can look at. Good dodge. Remember, try not to let it hit into the tower too much, because like it's harder for you to CS under tower, so he makes you miss out on gold. Yeah. So he puts you at a -3 disadvantage if he CS's everything. Ooh, that was a really spicy dodge on the satchel charge, but you still got hit by some of it. It was as good as it was gonna get. Holy snap. What I do like is that you manage your mana really well. Like, well, I mean, it's not like it's bad. It's hard to micromanage Syndra's mana pool. But yeah. If you have more, you attack this thing. It's called a attack by mana. So if you can dodge all of his skill shots, you basically win the lane. Even if you don't return fire. Reason why is because he's out of mana, but he's throwing all his abilities. So he can't cast more, so he becomes a big minion. But then if you have all your mana, now it's your turn to return fire, and he can't counter back at you. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like you disarm your opponents, and then all they got left is their fists. And then you cut off their fists, and then they have nothing. So then you punish them for being nothing, and you execute them, because they're like, please put me out of my misery, I'm like 2 dead right now, dude. They don't back, they're retarded. What you should do doing is as soon as he missed that, yes. Yeah, that's a kill, yeah. You're fine, good job. Lee Sin, please, okay. Push the lane. Carefully. And the cannon minion wave. Yeah, just push all of it like right here, if you can. Don't hard shove it. Or I mean, you're technically hard shoving it, but yeah, just push all of it as much as you can. Use all your mana. When you need to back, just use all your mana. Don't ever be afraid of anything. Like he's not like gonna do anything to you. Press F1 for me. No, F1. Yeah. Because you're gonna, when you recall, you replenish all your resources. Nice job. You didn't need to burn flash, but Ziggs flash, so you time that 914, maybe 912, cutting it. He runs ignite. He's so dumb. Instead of running ghost or fucking barrier, he runs ignite. Even exhaust would have been better against the fucking Tristana. Holy shit. Or heal. Forgot. So I already know how bad this Ziggs is by the fact that he throws a bouncing shuriken at you. You got this. You got this. Nice. Good. Focus the wave. Push it hard. You don't need to roam at all. You're not 6 yet. Once you get 6, you get pressure. Good stuff. I noticed how bad he is at Ziggs. So a good Ziggs player. Okay, so you know how bouncing bombs bounces like boing, 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 boom, or boing, boing, boom. If he was a good Ziggs player, he would just throw it and try to hit you on the first bounce, giving you no time to react to it at all. So that's the threat of Ziggs. A good Ziggs player would just toss it and make it explode instantly instead of making do the tick tick boom. Because the bouncing thing gives you time to react to it, and you want to leave your opponents with a small window of time to react to things, because then, like, you know, they get punished for it. So that's another thing about Syndra. Don't go like over aggressive with your your Q harass, but like if he looks to try to CS and he isn't using his Q bombs, or you avoid his Q bombs, punish him back. Don't just like sit and like take the bombs. Like you have the option to, like, he does that right now. You can try to Q him, maybe E him too. Like it's possible. You don't have to do it every single time. I'm just saying it's possible. Nice. Always prioritize CS. I like it. Let me see. Let me go on your op.gg real quick. This is a little risky. Remember, he pushes faster than you. You can't just leave the lane. You have to like definitely you have to hard shove it like before you even consider it. Nice. This guy's inting, dude. Bam! Get that kill. Nice. I would definitely run Leandry's here. They have 2 tanks. Too big of an item advantage to like just let go. Push this lane. If you can kill him, kill him. If you can't kill him, don't kill him. Back. You're out of mana. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, he attacked you by... He killed you by making you burn your mana. That's the... It's the same... What the fuck? It's the same tactic that you're supposed to kill Ziggs with. But, like, he did it on you. When you're out of mana, you're basically a super minion. No! You're basically a cannon minion. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult super minions. But I'm serious about that, though. You never want to be a minion. Like, who wants to degrade themselves to an inter? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, those minions, like, literally int. Alright. But you can't degrade yourself to a minion because, like when you're out of mana, it's terrible. That's why, like, when you play against champions that spam or poke, you just dodge their poke. You have to be able to react it readily and constantly. He always is going to try to throw it to CS, so, like, just stay away from your creeps and move to, like, the left or the right, like, readily. And you gotta click a lot. I can't see your clicks here, but, like it's either your reaction time or your clicking speed or your ping. There's many factors into how you're not dodging the skill shot, but it's usually never the ping because, like, players at this point should, like, if you're playing at this much ping, you should be able to adapt to the dodge. Yeah, dodge it. Yeah. Like, of course, like, you can't dodge every single skill shot, but like see, like, you're on a roll right now, and then he's out of mana, so now you just zone him like this. No, you don't need to go for kill. Okay, well, yeah. So just zone him out of CSing. Threatening him to not CS is just as bad as threatening to kill him. Like, you're basically scaring the shit out of him. And then if he tries to poke you while you're trying to zone him out, dodge the poke, because he's trying because what he's doing when you're zoning him out is he's trying to get the CS from far away. He's not actually aiming for you. But then when he tries to CS, hit him, you know? Of course you gotta ward before you do all of this, because Volibear potentially has the ability to come down to your lane and fuck you up, even though the dude's out of mana. So you gotta keep that in mind too. You're constantly like mid lane is a concentration lane. Every lane is obviously concentrated. Okay, so the dude's bottom, pressure him for CS, toss, fling it, boom. Okay, well, wrong way, but still. Man, how you gonna play Tristana and lose to a Blitzcrank? All you gotta do is jump when he hooks you. Literally the negation. I almost never. Well, I only fail it if my jump is on cooldown, but you know what I'm saying. Shit. It's a mechanic. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hope you don't click that. Okay, good. Oh yeah, boy. Nice up. Oh shit. Hey, well, 1 for 1. Lamau. Oh my god. TFW. That's a Monkas or a Feels Bad Man in the chat, right there. If you're a streamer, that is a Bible thump in itself. Holy macaroni! I am very sorry that you had to see that. Oh yeah, take blues when you can. I totally forgot about that. Like personally, like I take my own blues, but like when your jungler donates to you, take them. If he doesn't want to donate to you, don't take them. Ooh, nice. Okay, you didn't need to ignite him there. Save your ignite. Save your ignite. He doesn't have heal. Keep that in mind. Save your ignite. You also had an auto attack ready too, so even if he like lived with like no HP, you throw that auto that. Yes, this is where fresh blood comes in handy. This is where that one auto attack, that flying mythical ball of doom, like kills the dude because you just dealt extra damage. Yes, yes, yes. That's where you argue against me. Like it works. Like god damn it. That's where I would facepalm. But yeah, seriously, don't. You didn't need to ignite him. You want to save your ignite? Okay, because you're running ignite, I would still recommend saving it like for someone else. Like maybe next time. Wait, control ward. Control word is super important right there. So objectives is something that I never got to talk about, and when to take them, when to not take them. First of all, your Syndra, you don't really like you waste too much mana doing it, like Rift Herald and shit like that. But be there to zone people out. What I like, let's say a game drags on long enough, right? What I want to see is where you're standing in relation to what your team is doing. So that's super important. Like I want to see if you're actually like focusing the objective. Oh, oh, oh. Flash Warwick. Where's the ping on that? Where's the ping? Aw, man. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. See, Warwick and Volibear are two champions that you gotta ignite. Keep that in mind. You know, they have healing and stuff, and they're gonna build Visage, too. Now wait a minute. I understand that you're going bottom, but there's a big wave charging up mid. I would have gone mid, then came bottom. But let's see what happens here. Oh, and then you get nothing really, right? So yeah. See, I would have charged mid, and somebody even pinged me. Oh, wait, he has no flash. Oh. If you know a player has, oh yeah, seriously, you know, so I know you time flashes and stuff. I've seen you time it. That's a really good mechanic to get used to. It's a huge factor in your play, especially as Syndra, because then you have to humiliate them when they flash for no reason. You can shoot a ball over the wall if you know they're gonna flash over the wall. It's the sickest thing. Boom, bing. Okay. See, here's another thing about shoving and getting lane priority. So you notice that their bot lane shoved down bottom, and there were pings issued mid, right? And because there was a huge wave built up mid, but your wave crashed in first and fucked up the wave, so then now they're pushing. If they ace your team, but your waves are in priority position, they cannot respond. Like, what I mean by that is, like, they can't take a tower if there's no minions on their side to aid them in taking the tower, right? So if your mid lane is shoved all the way, and your top lane shoved all the way, they're just like, well, we just aced them, and now we just gotta go back and farm. Cause instead of oh, we aced them, let's take a tower. No, they can't. Oh. Don't rush Zanya's because of that, by the way. I mean, like, if you die, you're gonna die anyway. Like, it's not really anything you do about it. You know, like, shit. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I understand your reasoning for helping the team because this is a team game, but your champion isn't oriented in that manner. Oh my! See, this is what you get for helping your team out, man. This is like, I wanted to protect the Tristana, and the Tristana straight kills herself, and then you die for it, you know. I mean, how did he land that? There was a minion in the way. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is a little bit greedy for you to push this top wave, but it's fine. There's a ward there. Don't let that... oh, their team doesn't have teleport. Never mind. Generally, you don't want to leave that ward there anyway, because it kind of gives away the fact that you walked up there, and then they could, like, do something with that information. Like, for example, go bottom. Because, like, oh, Syndra's walking top. She's committed. Or I'm flanking from behind because she didn't kill the ward and I'm teleporting. Oh, okay, so when the Ziggs ulti came in, you should have just avoided it completely. Playing team fights against a skill shot based team comp is like playing dodgeball. Your goal is to take as little damage as possible. And I'm serious when I say that, like when the Ziggs was like, oh, it's just one hit from Ziggs ulti. But again, it's the same thing as the mechanics. Small things add up, man. Like, he hits you once, but then like he can throw a full combo at the same time. Like you don't know where he's standing, etc., etc. So you just can't afford to get hit. Can't afford to take damage at all. Take as little, like limit yourself from taking damage. If you see a skill shot like flying in, and like that guy was dead anyway. The Warwick or the Volibear, I'm not sure who it was, but one of them was about to die anyway. You didn't need to like go for that extra hit because like he's gonna die anyway. Just step back, avoid the skill shot, then come back in and finish him off if you haven't already. Can I see your items? Press O. Oh shit. Okay, well. Soraka didn't have ulti, rip. So, big thing is that you... Whooping. Okay. Nice. One thing that I noticed is that during the mid game, there's a lot of like, there's just not a lot of farming. Aside from that one time you caught the wave up at top. Oh Jesus. The reason why this farm lack of farm, the reason why it happens is because there's no vision on the map. Like until just now, like there was a lot of darkness on the map, but then it started getting lit up. You want to be safe when you're farming. It's like skydiving. You're jumping into like, you know, death, but everybody assures you that the parachutes are working, etc., and like, you know, you don't int when you skydive. So the wards are basically they're saying it's safe. Boom. Oh, darn it, dude. Oh, that's a misclick. You hit the Blitzcrank, unfortunately. Oh, gosh. The fact that everybody stood still because there was nothing to be... Wow, he landed that? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Okay, how did Lee Sin get all the way the hell over there? Like, I don't understand. Whatever. Maybe... Oh, he queued and he's getting... Okay. I see. I think that is very intriguing. Go back into the thing. I need to see your inventory one more time. I didn't catch it the first time. Okay. You haven't bought a bunch of control wards, so that's another thing. But if you did buy them, then that's my mistake from not catching it. It's just because I can't see the chat sometimes, but that's no big deal. You have to be control warding like the general areas, and then like just protecting yourself. Like this is fine. That's yours, right? Okay. So that's I guess that's fine, but your goal is to make picks, right? So you need more vision in like stupid areas. Basically, you got to put your ward in a spot where you think that somebody's gonna attack it, and then pick them off right there. QE over the wall and kill them. And then another thing, sometimes it's okay to do nothing, right? Because if you think about doing something, right, you get caught out and you die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, their team comp is able to catch you out with blitzcrank grabs, etc., and you kind of just die. You know what I mean? Like, you can't afford to just walk out of your base and stuff like that. Sometimes it is best to do nothing, but you have to, like, do nothing. Like, you have to just move. Like, don't just stand still. Like, right-click. Like, think, like, okay, maybe here. Issue pings. Tell your team, like, maybe they're here. Maybe they're here. Maybe they're here. Ping missing in general vicinities of areas. Good job. Oh. Oh. I couldn't see who you ulted. Probably the Warwick, though. Oh. You're probably also wondering if you could have roamed this game. No. I think that, like, your lane priority was, like, obviously top priority. The next thing that comes down to mind is that, if there was one roam, it'd have to be top lane. That's pretty much it. But it's not like you could do anything about it. If you're gonna win lane harder, you have to make sure that you draw jungle attention without dying. So when you died mid, you lost like, how much pressure did you lose? Okay, so you lost the wave, then you lost the wave, and then you lost the priority in lane too. And then on top of that, you lost the tower damage. You want to always like pressure your opponents for tower. Now, yeah, he's just masters, but he's up and coming talent for challenger series in the academy teams. So it's like a new account, so like he doesn't have all the champions. He's switching to 80 carry also. That's all I know about him. People say that he's good. If you're gonna look at pros who play Syndra, try looking up you know, the standard Bjerg, Mr. Bjergesen. He has Colder TMS as his main account. Always go to leaderboards and just check who the top players are. TF Blade, Pobelter. Pretty sure Pobelter also plays Syndra, yeah. And then just watch how they lane. There's always like replay analysis of them. What the fuck? Pobelter building AD Syndra? You're trolling me. He's just trolling me. Yep. And they run the same masteries as you do, except they run Assassin for more damage output. He's playing, I guess those are 80 carry masteries. Because he's playing Corki. The biggest issue I see, aside from CSing really well, even though you get kills, Ignite is a summoner spell that like I don't see it on Syndra very often. You don't really do too much with the Ignite. Like I didn't see you use it like effectively. You know what I mean? Like it just became like a burn. Like you could have substituted for something more defensive that would have aided your life. Hell, even heal, right? Even heal would have helped you out. Like sometimes heal is pretty good for your team. Like every now and then for the move speed necessary to kite shit, or to avoid burst. Exhaust is pretty good against AD mids. I think that when it comes down to roams, you either roam too much, but it's like reckless roams, or you get lane priority or sort of lane priority and you don't roam. But lane priority is like it's just the simplest way to define it is you hard shove, and then you win, because then once again it's like from the first one you you open up your team to more opportunities and possibilities if you have lane priority, and that includes yourself and your jungler as well as other laners. Like your AD carry can also suddenly be stronger because your mid and jungle you as mid and your jungler are just in a good position, because then like you reveal more things on the map, get more good vision, get more good presence in lane, etc., etc. I didn't see another problem is dodging mechanics. Like obviously you can't dodge them all, like I said, but like you gotta get into the habit of like really dodging things mechanically. Expect like when are they gonna come? When is the dingus gonna come send them out and stuff like that? So kind of play around that. Who else is what else is there to say? Oh, vision control. In lane, I wasn't seeing as many control wards. Yeah, in the mid late game, I saw the control wards come out and blue trinkets. Those are good. But then like nobody was like stupid enough to just like hide in a bush and just like, you know, stand there or like go kill the ward. So there wasn't really any hard pick opportunity that I could see. So that's not really anything you could do anything about. Like eventually they will come and pick it out. You can't really sneak barons or anything like that. So I didn't really see any opportunities for that. Not sure where else to go with this. Your runes and masters are fine. It's just that I can't fault you for anything else. Kill potential is always another thing. Like I saw the kill potential just as much as you did. Oh yeah, attacking their mana. Oh gosh, if you it's the same thing. That's what I was getting on with the dodging the skill shots. If you dodge all their skill shots, you basically constantly burn their mana. And if they're not last hitting because they're so busy focusing on you, right? So let's say Ziggs, okay, he starts Doran shield, right? I mean, sorry, Doran's ring, right? Which means that every last hit allows him to get mana back, right? So if he's not last hitting because you're zoning him so heavily, and you're dodging all his skill shots, not only is he gonna get tilted, but he's gonna run out of mana because he's not last hitting. And if you zone him, right, without even casting a spell back, you win because he can't CS. Right? He can't walk up and auto, and then you just Q auto, you QEW him in the face, and then you auto attack light him up with ignite because you run ignite, and then you Q him again, and he dies. You know what I mean? Like that's how you attack their mana. Some champions you can't do that with, but always watch your opponent's mana bar, because you get 2 health pots, you get 0 mana pots. Fair reasoning, right? And if you're good at last hitting, you're always gonna restore your mana enough so that you can keep harassing your opponents. That's why you should always keep your mana above 50%. In last game and in this game too, hold your stun. Don't stun for harass. Hold stun for I'm gonna threaten you and kick you out of lane. You either back up or you take a lot of damage and get fucked by me. Because that's really important. And I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Attacking mana is actually an extremely powerful concept. Champions that have no mana, like it's kind of hard. You kind of just hit their health. They're a bit there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have mana. At that point, you kind of just sit back and just chill. It's like Katarina is like you... Like, there are flaws with champions that are, like, you know, resourceless. Like, Katarina is melee. Like, she can't just cast spells all the time. You can still zone her out from CSing and stuff like that. Of course, you can't... You have to play it, like, really, really slow and hold your stun. As for, name of the champion is, Ziggs. Yeah, Ziggs. You have to dodge his stuff, and then you zone him out after he's low on mana. Because as long as you dodge his stuff, you fuck him up completely. It's the same thing with Cassiopeia, except she's a little bit different because she's very mobile at the same time. But what she lacks is an escape. So you can call for a gank if you wish. You can QE her. If she tries to walk up to you, you punish her by Qing to stop her in her tracks. Otherwise, she takes damage. Then you E her in the face, and she can't chase you any further. Every champion has their strengths and weaknesses. So it's your duty as a mid laner to understand where they're coming from. If I were going to ask you to pick another role that will increase your ability to win games, 80 carry. Because I can see that on your op.gg, you have 80 carries. And so that's the only other way to, you know, play with the... Like 80 carries a mechanical role. So consider that as a possibility. Do you play 80 carry a lot? I mean, okay. I mean, I look on your op.gg, right? I see 100 games of Ezreal. Don't play Ezreal. Mechanics, as in, like, don't play skill shot champions. Like, mechanics, as in, like, your ability to dodge. Because, like, if you're so busy landing skill shot, like, there's so many things to it, right? There's, let me put out a list of stuff. There's dodging skill shots, landing skill shots. Fuck. Trading, roaming, farming, harassing, warding, right? If you you can limit one of those. There's one thing you can limit, and it's landing skill shots, aka Tristana. If you just remove one of those, your brain then divides it even. Like, let's say it's 100%, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? There are 7 things that I just listed here, okay? And then obviously that's not every single thing in the world, right? And there are 7 things listed here. So if you evenly divide it into 7 from 100, like you do like a pie chart or something, and you evenly divide it, you're contributing 14.285% of your like capabilities as a player into each one of them if you balance it out. But then if you divide it by 6, right? It becomes a 16.66%. And like I said, all things that are small add up, right? So if you drop one of those things, such as like, let's say you play Annie, you don't have to ever worry about landing skill shots as Annie. Press Q, point and click stun. Flash R. nuke, right? You know what I mean? So with that in mind, you you increase your ability to learn more from the physical mid lane itself. Like, oh, I can see his mistake here. You have to watch your opponent. That's another thing. Because if you're so busy like playing mechanically perfect, like you're not really learning the game because you're so busy focusing on yourself. Not like you're narrowing yourself if you play like mechanical champions. And the good players have already developed a good fundamental of the game. So after that, they have to do everything with the mechanics, and that's what separates it. So they have to like be really good while contributing their efforts to like even splitting it up 14%. For you, for now, I would just say limit your champion pool to like I know you don't have to play the Annie, like you still play Syndra and stuff like that, but Annie will increase like your ability to win because like you see more punish opportunities. Punish opportunities as in like he misstepped here. Punish missteps that you wouldn't see if you're playing a mechanical champion. Because like skill shots can miss, and if you miss, you're vulnerable. Like if you're playing Zed, you miss a shuriken, you miss all 3 shurikens, or you shadow, you're vulnerable as fuck. But if you're Annie, if you Q, that shit comes up like it's back up. Like you Q, it's back up. You Q, it's back up. It's like a fucking Ezreal skill shot. Like what the fuck, you know? And you also never have to worry about your mana if you're last hitting perfectly because it refunds the cost. So you don't ever have to micromanage your mana. Because remember what I said, if you attack your opponent's mana, right, via your spells, you flip it, and your opponent should also be watching how you're managing your mana. So it's the same thing. My throat is so dry. Yeah, that's James's thing. Like the only thing that like he doesn't really do things that are like super different. It helps. It's like it's another way to. It's like, you know how you take Biscuit? It's like substitute for Biscuit. When you ult, it's like dangerous game healing, and then dangerous game healing. It can save lives. Legit. Like I've had instances where I've been ignited, and then I auto attacked and got like 1 HP back, and I literally lived with that 1 HP. I was like, vampirism! Holy shit! I was like flipping my hands up, and then an Ezreal ult came across the map and killed me anyway, and I was still sad. So like, it didn't matter in the end. I was like, what the fuck, man? But vampirism, 1 or 2 points, it doesn't matter. But like, always have it. There's even a guide. There's several guides. Like you don't have to have a point in vampirism if you don't want. But all the pros seem to take at least 1 point in vampirism. If you look at some of the top players in the ladder, let me link you Pole Belter. He's challenger 1100 LP. He plays Syndra just as much as you do. You can look up his CSing. You can look up his build. Vampirism is in every single mastery page that he owns. Always, because it's just that important. Sustain. Also remember that they play calculatively. They just farm until they see a mistake. It might look like it's passive if you watch pro play, but it's not really passive because as soon as somebody missteps, they punish. But nobody missteps, so there's no punishment. You could try looking for a misstep, but there's no missteps. So that's just how it is. So that's why like it looks like it's passive, but in laning it's not really that passive. Things don't seem that way all the time. And I think that's all I can go over for these 2 replays. While they are losses, right? Like there are always valuable things to learn, and even in victories, there are things to learn. And see all those replays. Don't do the ones from just do the ones from the latest like 3 days, because like if you do anything from the past, right? Like it'll crash your system because it's from a previous patch, so it won't work. So just do anything in the past 3 days if he's playing. The dude always plays almost always on his main, so he's playing in the top of challenger, so that's fair, I guess. So pick up a mid laner, play Annie. Pick up an 80 carry, play Tristana, or Sivir, or something like defensive or something. Those are my only advices I could say for champion wise. If you want to stick with Syndra, watch other Syndra players to see how they're playing and stuff like that. Wait, he's only played. Oh wait, season 7. Why is? Feels like he's played. Oh, he's probably played like 50 games on like so many champions. Yeah, he has a lot of games. They add up. Small things add up. He's played 1,000 games this season. Yet he only has like 85 on that fucking account. It's weird, right? I feel it's like conflicting as fuck. Some people play. He doesn't seem like he plays that much, but yeah. People play a lot. You don't have to look at NA though. Go to leaderboards and go to Korea, and then check the top challengers on that instance too. KT Ucal is a Talia player. I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to learn other mids, like he's learning Kassadin right now, so you can consider that into your party, and etc. etc. So I'm pretty sure Hide Bush is like somewhere up here too. He's like he was at least 1,000 LP. Yeah, he's like 650. Holy shit. Faker's played 1,500 games this season, basically. 1,400, 1,500 games this season. Holy shit. But he hasn't played Syndra very much lately. Like, not even a game in the past week. Or has he? Yeah, he has not played Syndra this past week at all. Yeah, that just goes to show you his knowledge on the champion. He's played a lot of Black Man though, Lucian, and he's played a lot of he's played a lot of Lucian, Cassiopeia, or Jace, or Talon, or I mean not Talon, Orianna. So that's pretty interesting. Always look to see, just like go to leaderboard, go to champion enthusiasts, and see who's playing Syndra like the most, and check if they're challenger or not. Because then like you could watch their replays there. You don't have to just watch NA's replays because that's not going to be as efficient. Obviously, everybody plays differently, but yeah. There's only 2 Syndra. Oh wow, there's only 2 Syndra pros. It's Sky and it's fucking Sam and Crown. And Crown just played one 7 hours ago. Nice. All right, there you go. There's a replay like readily available for you to like scout out and shit, and I'm pretty sure Crown does the thing too. Let's see, does he run Assassin? No, he doesn't. He also doesn't run Vampire. Okay, so he's going the raw damage shit. Jesus fucking Christ, crowd. Okay, I can't really say every pro and their mothers would run it, but then he plays Orianna and he runs fucking Vampirism. Interesting. Also, notice he runs Feast. So he runs Feast for the lane sustain, as I stated. If you think about it, every 30 seconds, it's like if you last hit enough, it's like another pot. Like that's why they don't take Biscuit that much. But yeah. Okay, so hopefully because I know you do play a lot, and that's good. Because if you're not playing ranked and you're getting coaching, it's kind of awkward because then it just means that you're not really dividing your time or committing to the game enough. But you do play a lot, and like coaching isn't supposed to like instantly be some kind of magic button to getting free low, right? Coaching is like. You're like, think of it like you're lost in the woods, right? And I'm just pointing you. Here's the way out. Here's the right direction. Now you can go that direction, like, and take my advice and stuff like that. But like, it's not gonna like guarantee you anything. Like you can still get lost in the middle of the woods. You can still get lost in the middle of the woods. You could still get lost. You could get even further into territory that you never expected to get into. You could die. Don't worry too much about your LP gains or losses like that. Like at this point, it really doesn't matter. Why does he take meditation? Is because everybody likes the mana sustain in lane, so that they don't run out of mana. Because sometimes they don't get blues. By the way, that's just why they take meditation. I know that Zaira from EU Nordic East runs meditation too. All right, man. My throat is dry, so I think we'll head off with that note. Yeah, we good? Alright, if you have any extra like questions, feel free to just message me here. Like I'll try to answer them, but like my Skype is like buggy, so yeah. Hope my mic's fixed next time. Yeah, that sounds good. Alright. See you later, man. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I was coaching 2 games of Syndra in one single session, so that's pretty good. Covered it all in like an hour and a half or some shit like that. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.